charged with the duty of getting him ready to go, and I didn't do a very good job. So, yeah, so I got to get better. Got to make sure he's ready to go.
What would you have liked to have done better yourself?
Oh, I think I probably have been a little bit more, let's say, detailed or hard on him about making certain his eyeballs are in the right place. Because that was the issue with regards to some of his errant throws, if you want to call them errant throws. Wasn't good enough, so.
How's he responded this week?
Been great, yeah. I suspect that it'd be just like he was last year after our first game and when he had to come back and suffered that interception and whatnot. Yeah, he's fine. He's ready to go.
Is it kind of a blessing though, that you had a game like this where you still won, and then
Yeah.
you could say,
Well,
like, you know what, we won,
yeah.
but there's a lot to go back
I
to.
guess we're getting back to, hopefully, to what Nebraska used to be like, when you win a game and you feel like you freaking lost because I about damn near committed suicide, Saturday night. So, it just was not good. It's not acceptable, either for you guys or the fans at Nebraska, for our quarterback and myself to perform that way. It's just not good.
From your
Now I had 24 hours to mourn and, get pissed at myself and all that. So my 24 hours are over. So now it's on to Colorado and let's go. But I certainly want to make sure I answer your guys' questions because I know they're important.
From your eye, were there things, whether it was down the field? I mean, did you see him miss reads or not make decisions that he typically makes?
Yes, and that was so obviously I was distraught, if you want to call it that, Saturday night. But when I came in and watched the tape, all that stuff is just simple stuff. The interception he threw, his eyeballs are in the right place, and he knows better than that, right? He hasn't done that all camp. So, and then on the first errant throw, we were on the right hash, the same thing. So, yeah, is it acceptable? Absolutely not. Did it make me a little bit more fired up that he wasn't totally mentally ill, and all that sort of business? Yeah.
So it came as a surprise then, Saturday?
Yeah,
You weren't seeing any of this?
No, that's what was. And you got to remember now. So during the course of the game, I'm not watching him. I'm watching what's supposed to happen downfield. So I don't see that. I don't see that till Sunday morning. Well, it's totally inexplainable as it relates to why he was so late with the ball on both occasions and why he was incorrect on that first errant throw. So yes, it was just, yeah. And in terms of throwing the ball away and running with authority and all those sorts of things, he's got to get that cranked up, man.
Hard to play the position the way you want when you're catching snaps all game long, isn't it?
Well, I don't worry about that. I know Greg
was that in his head a little bit?
No, and we've talked about that at particular times. You just can't worry about that. You just got to play the game. But you're right. It has an impact, but that doesn't have anything to do with him having freaking eyeballs on the wrong place on an interception. So we just got to get through that. He'll be fine.
Yeah, Cross made a comment about when he's running the ball, I want him to be an eye back and a quarterback.
Absolutely.
So did you see a hesitancy on the run plays too?
I didn't see a hesitancy. I just didn't see the sort of that fire that we'd seen in practice for whatever reason, or that we saw last year. So make sure explain that to him, and I had a good talk with him on Sunday, and so we're good to go. A good talk, yeah.
What did you see from Colorado's defense just in Week 1 against Colorado State?
Well, just like last year, they're going to hit you now. They're going to come after you, and he got wrecked a couple times last year. It was his first collegiate game. So, but they're tough. It's a tough group.
Do you bring up the leg twist at all?
No, I don't mention that at all. Let's just go play the game. The emotion of just doing our job and let the chips fall where they may. Because obviously he and I didn't do our job on this past Saturday, and that's disconcerting. So. But hey, had my time in the morning. Let's go.
Did it look to you at all that he was kind of jumping at times when the snap wasn't even when he had to jump?
Did you notice that, right?
Yeah.
And so you kind of get in that mode a little bit. And I just reminded him firm feet. But you saw that, right?
Yeah.
He's jumping like it's going to be a bad snap.
Does that throw the timing off then when he's doing that? Because
Yeah,
his feet
sure.
aren't where they need to be?
Certainly. Yeah, and his eyeballs and the whole shooting match. But like I said, there's no excuse for all of the other sorts of things that we know he can do better because we've seen it done better, and then it doesn't show up on Saturday.
How have the snaps been this week?
Great, awesome.
Anything
Yeah, they haven't been
off,
one or
way
two.
off target?
Yeah, there's been one or two, but nothing like happened Saturday.
When he picked the one up that was way back,
Yes, he should have burned that. Should have threw it away.
does he have to get it all the way back to the line of scrimmage if he's going to throw it away?
And past the LOS, yeah. And then the one he burned, we got a near miss down there. I think we were on the left hash at about the
Through the end.
28-yard line, and that DB got his hands on it. Hey, if you're going to throw it away, hit the drunk in the stands or something. You can't do that. So, yeah.